everybody, and how are things going with you in these tumultuous, weird times we find ourselves in? For many of us, COVID has meant ending up trapped somewhere that we hadn't intended on being. In my case, I've been in Wellington, New Zealand for nearly a year. What's that phrase? When life gives you lemons, lemonade, etc. Well, I mean, there are certainly worse places to be than this. But Wellington, I always knew it was very, very windy here. And people tend to not believe me when I say that it's always windy. It's either kind of like a bit windy or extremely windy, and it never stops. It turns out it's actually the windiest city in the world. I've had this on my like videos to make list for a really long time, was to try making a bat kite. Just because I thought that would be fun, and I've never made a kite before, and I thought, well, when you're in the windiest city in the world, probably a good time to make a kite. So this is it here. I guess I can't fit the whole thing in the frame. I've never made a kite before, especially not a kind of difficult kite. Well, first I'll show you how I made this guy, and then I'm going to take it up to a field somewhere and see if it'll fly. It's not quite as good and grand looking as I had originally envisioned. The question is, will it fly? Have you ever made a kite before? Because if you have, could you possibly give me some pointers? I watched a few instructional videos online on how to make kites, so I just sort of used what knowledge I had gleaned from that to sort of guess how to do it. I'm pretty sure it's going to get destroyed the moment it touches the ground because the wood it's made of is very, very fine. Will it fly? Will it fall? Will my amazing flying machine work? I was pretty good at school at making paper darts, you know, like I feel like I could make paper planes pretty well. This isn't really the same sort of thing, but look at its sad little ears. I wanted to put a whole like bat skeleton on it so it would have like eyes and like backbone wings and stuff, but that was going to be way too fiddly and potentially make it too heavy. Right, let's have a look and see how I constructed the bat kite. If you're some sort of kite making pro, please don't judge me. Like I said, it's my first time. I got some string, some gaffer tape, balsa wood rods of different thickness because the internet suggested using this very light wood. Black fabric I thought seemed pretty kitey. I drew out kind of how I thought it should look, basing it on the bone structure of a real bat. I measured how big it should be, folded the fabric in half, just kind of freehand drew a bat shape on it. I cut that out so it would be symmetrical. I used one thick piece for his spine, but connecting the two longer bits for the wings was really tricky, and I'm sure I did a stupid job of it. I hot glued them on the spine stick, then bound the three together with string. In retrospect, this was pretty stupid. Then I covered that string with more hot glue to theoretically make it secure. I taped the balsa wood to the fabric and cut off the extra pokey outy wood. Trying to figure out as I go the best way to make wings, I measured, cut and taped on the thinner bits of balsa wood for his fingers and head. Next I poked two holes in the spine wood with a thick sail needle, threaded the string through and knotted it at the back so there would be something to attach the long line of string to. Lastly, to make it look better, I brushed some black paint over the wood. Alright, off we go up somewhere to a hill to see if it will fly. Well, there's a wee bit of wind. We'll see, won't we? I've brought with me some extra wood and some tape in case it, well, I should say for when it inevitably breaks. Godspeed, little buddy. Does it have a name? Does any name suggest itself to you?
Betsy.
Could be better than that. George, or he wants to soar, he wants to take off. I can feel him straining against the wind. He wants to be free. Ah, be free. Fly.
No, it's not really working.
Oh, we're off to a really good start, aren't we?
I knew him moderately well. Fellow of few words. Oh.
Not much though. It's just folding in half, which is bad. I feel like it should become Kevin or Nigel or something.
You can call it Kevin or Nigel.
Go Kevin!
See, part of the problem is it's facing down when you're running with it.
Yeah.
So go.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's working! Oh! Oh! No, Kevin!
Let it out, let it out, let it out. Oh, there'll be a little bit of tension and we're gonna move together, alright? That's it.
Oh my god!
That's it. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Look, it's flying. Sort of. Oh. Oh. Sort of. Oh, you're totally doing it. It's totally flying. The string's tangled. You are.
Because I can't try it.
He's doing his best.
But he wants to be like the other bats. He wants to fly in the twilight. Maybe because it's daytime he can't fly, right? He's
Maybe.
nocturnal. So Mr. L here, who's, I don't know, practically an engineer, has moved the knot closer to his noggin.
It's doing a better job.
What is it doing? You're doing ballet with it. Oh, he just likes diving. The things we do with our lives. I think what we need is more wind and, oh, that's a beautiful dog. I think what we need is more wind and maybe Kevin needs to be a bit fatter. I think it needs he needs a wider body. Look at that bird up there mocking us with its easy flight. Make a slightly wider bed, Kite. And
sure.
come out on a slightly windier day.
Yeah.
So I rebuilt the kite in a similar way, but much larger, with the central sticks crossed over each other for extra support, and a string diamond in the middle. I felt confident that this time I had built a more airworthy flying machine. Okay, it snaps twice before we even got it. Like the second time we got out of our front door, reinforced it with more wood, and then it snapped again immediately, and it... Oh, it broke again! I don't even know what to fucking do anymore. Whoever suggested using balsa wood has clearly never been to Wellington.
I actually feel like it would fly pretty well if it didn't have this shitty balsa wood frame that snaps. Poor Kevin.
Right, this fucking time. I've rebuilt it. I rebuilt it to the more or less exactly the same pattern, whatever, as I had last time. But instead of shitty ass fucking balsa wood, we've got pine. This is pine. We wobbled it a lot in the shop, so hopefully it should be able to withstand, you know, being blown against. Kevin Volume 3. We're going to the park now, and it's not going to break on the way there, and it's going to fly gloriously in the sky. This mask is so thick I don't think I can actually breathe through it properly. They're little cheap ones and I don't... We've got Kevin Volume 3 on the ground here. It's kind of windy and we took an Uber here, hence the masks, just so that it wouldn't break on the way, and hopefully it doesn't break at all. Shall we?
Yeah.
Round fucking 3. If it doesn't work, you know, our spoolie thing is just a giant thing of bubble liquid. Those like big bubble wand things. So if it doesn't work, we can always just sit here and blow bubbles. Plus we can get a pie nearby, so it's not the end of the world. Oh look, there's some ducks coming to join us. Oh my god! Oh my god!
It is definitely flying a bit.
Go Kevin! Go Kevin! Yeah! Oh my god! It's alive! Oh my god!
Well,
Jesus!
no, it's gonna break, it's gonna break. More. Let the string out. I'm gonna launch it up. Ready? can't just tape up like
Yes,
if
we
it's snapped.
can.
You really can't.
We've got a broken spine. It did take a lot longer to break this time. Okay, so we've made a little splint. Give up when you're dead. Or when Kevin's dead.
He's on his last legs.
He's not on his last legs, he doesn't have legs. Oh, lordy! Ah, Kevin, relax. You're killing him. You're killing him. Look, I'm going to call this an unsuccessful mission. But you know, sometimes it's not all about the destination, it's about the journey, right? And I had fun and I'm totally tangled up. I'm thinking that you and I should go get a pie or a piece of cake or a cup of tea. I've got another kite idea that I want to have a go at. It's nice to try new things, isn't it? It's good to try. Oh, my fucking head. It's good to try new things. I refuse to give up until we had exhausted all our options. Okay, it's definitely not going to work. Maybe I'll have another go at a back kite in the future when I know more about aerodynamics. Thank you for joining me on this. My bandana's coming off. Oh, cripes. Thank you for joining me on this journey. It's been fun. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. You know you want to. Come and join us. We have fun doing this sort of shit. If anyone's got any tips for how to make Kevin less crap, please tell me what they are. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, take care of yourself, be nice to each other, try new things. You never know, you might actually be good at something that you secretly didn't know about. And I'll see you next time. Bye! And it seems to me you lived your life like a not very good bat in the wind. Sorry.